All right, guys, got another video here today for you where we're going to solve the following systems of equations using a matrix calculator. All right, so I have my matrix calculator pulled up here. This is just one off of Desmos.com. If you type in Desmos matrix, it'll pull this up in any web browser. All right, so the first thing we need to do is open up a new matrix. And the way that it wants us to type this in is we're going to use the coefficients. So here I have a -3, 2, 4. You can see I kind of wrote out what I'm going to type in over here, which means I need a 2 by 3 matrix. So 2 rows, 3 columns. And if I type in those values here, -3, 2, and 4 across the top, and along the bottom, -5, 4, and 2, then I can hit enter, and that matrix is kind of in the system, if you will. All right, so that's called matrix A. Now, what we want to do to solve for this is we're going to hit this button down here, RREF. RREF of my matrix A. You can hit the A here or type A either way. And it's going to give you this. It says 1, 0, -6, 0, 1, -7. What does that mean? Well, I kind of put one over here for you. And this first row, or first column, I should say, that's where our x's were. The x's came first in both the top and the bottom equation. And same thing, the second column was our y's in both the top and the bottom. So where there's a 1 here, what this is essentially saying is that that top column you could translate as an equation that when I have 1x, that's going to equal a -6, because my equals came at the end there. All right, and same thing if I have 1y for the second part, that's going to equal a -7. So the answer to this is going to be just my xy point, -6, -7. Okay, let's do one more. Here I'm going to do number 17. This time this is going to be a 3 by 4 matrix because I need x, y, z and what those equal. So 3 rows, 4 columns. If I type in those values here, let's see what that is going to be. -2, 2, 1, and then 14. You can just along with me if you want, follow across the top. Now the middle row, 3, -2, 1, and -5. And the bottom row is going to be -1, 1, -2, and a -8. All right, hit that RREF button again. So hit enter first, and then it shows back up, RREF. And then if I type in, that was B, I used matrix B, and hit enter, you can see this also gives me a similar thing, but instead of just x and y, I'm going to have an x, y, z ordered triple, and its answer is going to be -3, 1, and 6. So one thing you do have to be careful with on this is that all of your x, y's, and z's are in the correct order as you go. If not, that will not work. Another thing, if it's missing an x, y, or z, you could just leave a spot, like let's say this one is missing the y, I could just leave a 0, and then that would give me a different output. Okay, this one has fractions, so I'd hit the fraction button. But that's how you do solving systems of equations using a matrix calculator.